All right, I'll start by saying winning is hard. But we took care of home. It didn't look exactly the way that we wanted it to look like, but thank goodness for our second and our third quarter performances because that allowed us the cushion that we needed tonight. UAB fought really hard in the fourth, and I didn't love the way we started or finished this game. But again, we built ourselves a lead in that second and third that allowed us to make some of the mistakes we made in the fourth. And so, again, keep challenging our team to play their best basketball, to be the best version of themselves as we go into March. And that's definitely something that we're working towards. But winning is hard. No team is going to just lay down and give us a game. And so we got to remember that. We got to put together the 40 minutes we need. But, again, proud of them to pull it out and glad we took care of home. But again, I think we can definitely be better than what we showed in the fourth quarter for sure.
Coach, making timeouts, calling timeouts late in the game, you look to kind of like finish what you started, but it got hectic. What goes through your mind? When do you call a timeout, and then what do you say to them to send them back out on the floor?
Yeah, tonight things just weren't really going the way we wanted them to go, so I was trying to call a timeout to settle them at one point. It was to challenge them to be great, challenge them to finish out the way we're capable of finishing out this game, and don't let it be a one-possession game, two-possession game is what I was hoping the timeouts were going to get us to. But again, UAB made some tough baskets. They hit some shots. We had a few defensive mishaps that we weren't having in the second and the third. But again, one timeout was to settle them. Another timeout was to challenge them and be the team that I know we're capable of being.
And then you mentioned the defense. That was kind of what kind of got y'all off on the rally to begin with, because you made a couple shots. You had a couple threes to end the first quarter, but in the second quarter, they scored like 8 points.
Yeah, we held them to 11% shooting in the second quarter. They were 2 for 18. In the third quarter, we held them to 31% shooting. But in the fourth, they got to like 57%. So again, that was something that was lacking for us, and we got to make sure that we finish that. We got to make sure that we're locked in defensively and doing what we've been doing that was working. That we had success with it in the second and third. We shouldn't go away from it in the fourth. But again, credit to our offense and our defense in the second and third to build that lead so that we could overcome a few mistakes here or there.
India, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
I thought we obviously, like Coach said, didn't have our best fourth quarter, didn't come out as strong, but we did create that cushion. Kate hit some big shots, and we got some good stops second and third quarter, so it allowed us to have that room for mistakes.
How much confidence are you playing with right now?
A lot. My teammates, they're really trusting in me. Coach is trusting in me and giving me the ball, so I'm just scoring. I'm just shooting. I'm playing with confidence.
Kate, what was your thoughts on that lovely fourth quarter?
It was back and forth, but again, we created ourselves a cushion and kind of leaned on it, and I don't think we should have. We kind of should have kept pushing on the gas, but we had some mishaps, as Coach had said, and so I think just not letting us get frightened from those things that are happening when the things aren't going our way, and just taking the game one possession at a time, and I think we did that, and kind of hit some shots when we really needed to down on the gritty, and DJ got a great and one down at the end, and so just really prizing every possession.
Did you and DJ make a really solid effort to crash the boards?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, obviously Malia is out, and so she's our leading rebounder, and so, obviously they had a big post presence, and that was a kind of focus on our post rebounding, our boxing out, and so guards going to get, and so I think me and DJ kind of took advantage of that tonight.
And Coach, you talked about the depth of this team all year. You now have 5 games where you haven't had Ashley and Malia on the court together in your Form 1. How does it kind of feel like your depth is now being put to a test? How do you feel it's holding up?
Yeah, just having the depth gives you a little bit of breathing room. We have 16 on roster, and we're down to 10 though. So that in itself is a little scary because we have some able bodies that are dressed in leggings and t-shirts tonight. But again, the ones that are stepping on the court and playing minutes, they're playing a lot of minutes, but they're getting the job done. We're trying to get them breaks here or there when we can. But again, the depth is the reason why we've been able to, win some games this year that we wouldn't have won last year. And so I like our depth. I like the versatility that we have. I think a lot of people can step up and do great things for us.
10's got to feel like a luxury compared to.
It does,
points
compared to
year.
last year. But then when you start the season with 16 and now we're like, oh man, how do you practice with 10? And I'm like, well, how did we practice last year with 7 or 8? So definitely a luxury from last year. I'd never want to go through 7 or 8 players in the season again.